Hello everybody, and welcome. Today you are going to be creating with Colleen. My name is Colleen Magnus. I am an independent demonstrator on the East Coast in Chesapeake, Virginia. And I would just like to thank Tina for this awesome opportunity to be a part of her retreat team. I have been a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator for over 22 years. I just can't believe it's been that long. Can't believe I'm that old. But it has been great. It has really been great. I grew up in an era where there was no internet. I grew up in an era where people sent cards, where my Aunt Minerva would always write me a letter on her little penmanship paper, and I would write back. So cards are very special and near and dear to my heart. They're also dear to my heart because I think it is a tangible item that you can look back on. Whether you were going through a hard time or a great celebration, I love that you can get your box of cards out and look at them and reread them, just remembering the good times that they shared. So I have to be honest with you. I suffered from paralysis by analysis. I do that quite often, still trying to pick out flooring for downstairs. God help me on that one because I need that. But anyways, I wasn't really sure where to start. Gosh, there's just so much to share, so much to show. I am one who loves special folds. I was a drafter for over 20 years in my life, and I love creating with a ruler. I love the way they move. But I thought, let's not just jump there. Let's try to keep it simple and, keep it real so we can dive in gently. And I am a firm believer, though, that whatever you have for scrapbooking, you can use for making cards. And whatever I have for cards, you can use for making scrapbooking. Because we both know we have a ton of cardstock and designer paper, and we're just not even going to go there today. We are a lot alike in that respect. So I'm going to boot my computer up and see who's here. Normally I do YouTube Lives. So every Wednesday at noon Eastern time, you can go to Creating with Colleen Magnus at my YouTube channel, and I am live. There you will see some of those special folds. And just in case I forget to tell you, I do want to say I have content in two places. When I used to do a Facebook Live and put it over on my YouTube channel, it would be under videos. So you're going to see a lot of really fun cards there. And then now that I'm doing lives, just click the live button, and that's where you will see the most recent projects. But I never thought I would do Stampin' Up! As a business. I fell in love with their products, and right away I learned that I love to teach others. So that's why I am here 22 years later, and I hope to teach you something today. So let me see, go down here. And again, this is all trial and error. I have a team, a wonderful team, and we get together once a month, and I stream our meetings on Facebook, but I'll have to see where my comments are here. I want to enlarge the screen on my laptop, but if I do, I don't know if I'll see my comments. Experience is a great teacher. I guess we'll find out. So one of the things I do, it's a little wonky. I'm going to take the camera down, turn it down so you can watch my hands and watch me create. So y'all just hold on tight. I'm going to turn you around. Put my stand down. I'm sure there's a better way, but being old school, this is my way, and I guess it works. So I am going to enlarge my screen and see what happens. Let me see here. Maybe I can see no, that didn't work. I wanted to see the full screen. Oh, just click in the middle. There we go. And then I'll be able to see comments too. So let me put my other light on. So again, I wasn't really sure where to start, and I thought, well, you know what? Let's keep it simple because Stampin' Up! Has some wonderful card kits. And card kits make a fantastic gift. If you're looking for a gift for somebody, or if you just want an easy way to create, they're also great because you can take them with you when you travel. We all know the amount of crafting supplies we have. So when you go to travel, you got to kind of keep things down, otherwise you're not going to have any room for your clothes. So I do want to introduce to you a couple of the kits that we have, and we have a bunch of kits. First, this here comes in this cute little box, nice and sturdy. This is called Notes of Cheer. Now, this is a non-stamping kit. So that's kind of cool, especially if you have somebody starting out or again as your gift. So they all come with the beautiful envelopes that you have. They're lined and they have directions. So that's the nice thing about it. They're simple and it's pretty much a picture because, you know, not everybody likes to read directions, especially myself and my demonstrators. We just go right to it. But this is called Notes of Cheer and you get 9 cards. So 3 of the 3 designs. So when you open up your directions, simple, easy peasy. It tells you to take this piece here, put it on the card base, shows you where to put your dimensionals, your gems, and it walks you through each of the cards. So it is very easy to follow. It also has a ruler at the top here. Actually, it should go this way. But if you have to measure any kind of ribbon or anything, you could use this little ruler. But the nice thing is, it is everything that you need to make these 9 cards in this one box. So I did make these. I'm not going to take them out of the sleeve unless I have a glare on the laptop. But this is one of the cards. A little note of cheer. I am here for you today and always. And as you can see, there is nothing stamped. You actually, in the kit, you will get, let me go in the back here. This was actually 2 kits put together. So I liked it so much, I just bought 2 of them. You're going to get your supplies like this. So you already have the butterflies cut out. You have your envelopes. You have little embellishments, any glue dots. But in the words, you have like 3 or 4 different languages. So of course you have English, which is good. But if not, I think it's French and German, even fun. So what I do is I have a friend who speaks German. I give her the pieces because I have no idea what that would be saying. But here you have all your cutout pieces. So you're not actually stamping in this kit. So this here, that's one of the cards. This is another card. And I have it in here. Let me take this one out so you can actually see it. Pull this out. This butterfly is like this. How fun. And it opens up. So this is just a butterfly card in itself. Again, this could go on a scrapbook page. This you could embellish and make it a different card, and I'll show you that. So you have 3 of these, 3 of these. You know what? I am going to take that out because it is a little shiny. I don't want any glares if I don't have to. So you get the cards as such. 3 of these, and then 3 of this one here. Right there. So all the pieces are there. This is all die cut for you already. You've got your little envelope, and then you can write whatever you want on the inside. But you're on my mind and in my heart. So this is a card kit. It's only $13, and you get 9 cards complete with the envelopes. Now, as I said, you can dress it up if you want. So what I did is I took this card here. This is how the kit would tell you to create it. And I went ahead and added a little bit more color to it. So I just took a 1/2-inch piece of our basic white Stampin' Up! Designer paper. I took a 1/4 sheet of the Mossy Meadow and embossed that. We're not getting into the die cutting and embossing today, but we will soon because we have a lot of great products to create with. And then here, I took this piece, and instead of putting it on the white, I put it on a piece of the peach color. So we had that warm color underneath. And now you could just see how I stepped the card up. Very simple. For this one, I went ahead and kind of did the same thing. I just took 1/2 a sheet of basic white, put in my Mossy Meadow. That's what that white butterfly was. Instead of it opening like this, I just snipped it, put the butterfly on here, and you make life brighter. So you can do the kit as is, by all means, or you could kind of take it to another level and create. I know all of you are creating, and, you know, I really think when they give you the instructions, it's kind of like a stop sign in Italy. It really is just a suggestion. You could do it that way, or you could do it any way you want. This is your kit, and you are allowed to be creative. So that is one kit, and again, that is the Notes of Cheer, and it's $13, and there is not any stamping in it, but great for cards to send someone. Another kit, it's called Saying Thanks. So when you open this one, I loved this one, bright, beautiful colors. So here for the Saying Thanks, again, you get 9 cards. Instructions are included. It shows you everything, but again, these words are printed out in different languages. So for those cards, you have your envelopes, which are nice. They always put some color on an envelope. We like to say no naked envelopes. So whether you have color, whether you are stamping them, you really want them to look great. So this is one of the cards done as the kit says. And it says, I appreciate you. So many people in my life I appreciate. It's great to send them a card. So this is all die cut, already done for you. The words are already printed. They give you some baker's twine and also some little embellishments. So this is one of the cards. And this, I just love the bright colors. Let me see here. This is another one of the cards. Just wanted to say thank you. So this is popped up, and incidentally, they give you what you need. So for example, you're going to get the baker's twine. There's plenty on there to do all your cards and still have some left over. They give you normally we have dimensionals, which are round, but this here is actually a strip, an adhesive strip. It pops it up, and that's what you use on these. So this, I hope you can tell, this white, the heart piece is raised up over the color, and it just gives it some good dimension. But that is in there. Everything you need, glue dots, the words. This comes like this. So you just pop them out, and you're good to go. Now the third card is, this really is a favorite set. Let me open this up. Should have had these out ahead of time, sorry. That's the only way I keep them clean because I always have ink on my fingers. Then this is the third card. So again, you're popping your words up with dimensionals. Thanks, you're the best. The card and the colors do all the work for you. A little bit of twine behind there. Now, if you want to take one and do your own thing, my dear upline, Faith, she did this card. We did it at her meeting. But see, here's even your little embellishments. And this was really a fun card. So you can make it as simple or as involved as you want. So we had a little stamp set during celebration. You're the best. And again, I used the words. These are all parts of the card. We did add a little bit of our solid cardstock, but that's what's so nice about Stampin' Up! Is that all the colors coordinate. Whether you're talking about a ribbon, a cardstock, a designer paper, you know, they help me because I am color challenged. So when I get my designer paper, it tells me on the back what colors to use, and then I look like an artist, thanks to them. So again, just another way to step it up. But this card kit is called Saying Thanks. It's 9 cards, complete with the envelopes and everything you need for only $13. So now what if you want to stamp? Okay, we have kits where you actually stamp. And we call those all-inclusive. So with an all-inclusive kit, this is called By Your Side. This is $22. It's 8 cards, 4 designs, 2 of each. Now, I just got this one. You see, Stampin' Up! Comes out with 2 card kits at the beginning of every month. And this one just came out, so I haven't played with it yet, but I did want to show you what an all-inclusive kit looks like with stamping. So I thought this was adorable. You have 8 cards. This is by your side because you know your dog or your cat is always by your side. For me, it's my dog. You have all your instructions. You have cutouts that are in here. So very, very cute. You will see this in the future done. But when you get a kit where there's stamping involved, you get a clear block. So it's a D size. It's not the actual Stampin' Up! Clear block. It is thicker, but it's what you need in the kit. So you get a nice acrylic clear block to put your stamps on. We have little heart gold embellishments. You also get an old olive Stampin' Spot. So what that is, it's a small ink pad that you can use. Here's one already open. I like to just go ahead and cut the paper here and open this up. So now that I have that, that's how you would ink your stamps. I'll show you the other pads later because we are going to actually create a card. I kept it as simple as I could. But that is your ink, your block, and then you have this really cute, this one here, I love the stamp set. You have Best Friends Forever, I'll Always Be By Your Side, Here's to a True Friend, You Make My Heart Happy, the little fish for the cat, the bone for the dogs, and then 2 sizes of footprints because you know you're going to have to put a trail of walking somewhere. And then in here, these are the pieces that you would stamp your words on. They just pop out so easy. Here are your dogs and your cats. How stinking cute is that? So great, great kits. Once again, you have envelopes that coordinate. You have these little pieces here that your animals would go on. So I'm sure these little hearts pop right out. And then you have dimensionals. So these are little pads to pop up your pieces because we love to have dimension on a card. And then your actual card bases. So you will see this one again, but for today, I just wanted to show you what an all-inclusive kit looks like. So this was released at the beginning of April. It is called By Your Side, and it is $22. But what's nice is once you've used a product in here, you have cardstock, you have designer paper to go ahead and keep creating with the stamp set and the ink that you have. So now for all of these, we have the place you would purchase these. They are not in our catalog. They're not in our regular catalog. We have products in 2 places with Stampin' Up. One is our catalog. It's a hard copy that you can see. You can also go to my blog and see them at creatingwithcolleen.com. That's where you just click on the catalog and you can be able to see a whole PDF of the catalog. But you can also go to what we call online exclusives. So if you go to my stampinup.com website, that's creatingwithcolleen.stampinup.net. You can also get there from here. Let me just keep it simple. Go to creatingwithcolleen.com, click shop now. Then that's going to take you to my website. If you click on the menu, right underneath that, you'll see online exclusives. And that is a whole host of products that will never be in a catalog. You won't see them in a catalog. They are exclusively online. That's where our card kits are, but that's also where a lot of other great product is because every 4 months they introduce product there. So you can actually shop new product every single month with Stampin' Up, even just with the kits. So the last kit I want to show you and where we're going to start creating, we have a subscription kit and it's called Paper Pumpkin. So with Paper Pumpkin, you can do this a couple different ways. You can go to creatingwithcolleen.com, click on the Paper Pumpkin icon, and start a subscription. So it's $25 a month, and every month they send you a kit. Now, you don't know exactly what the kit is, but they give you enough about it to know, are you making cards, or is it something else? Sometimes it's a calendar, sometimes it's a treat. But the nice thing is, you can always just skip a month. If you say, yeah, I don't know if I want that one, you can go ahead and skip a month and it picks up the next month. So with the Paper Pumpkin kit, once again, it's everything that you need to create. You can also purchase them with just by 1 month, 3 months, or 6 months. So it just depends on if you want it to be a rolling subscription or if you want it to be where you have a limited 3 or 6 months, however you want to do it. And you still get to skip a month if you like to. You can always contact me. Again, I feel like I don't want you feeling like you're drinking out of a fire hydrant today. No, you try to keep it simple, but oh my gosh, there's just so much great stuff to share. So I'm going to show you this Paper Pumpkin kit. Now, one of the things that's cool is sometimes they include an extra stamp set. So it comes with a photopolymer stamp set. And here you have that. This was the extra one. It's kind of hard to see. I don't know. Let me see if I put a piece of colored cardstock under here, if that helps. Let me check my screen, see if it helps. Yeah, a little bit. So you have, this is what we call two-step stamping. So here you have the outline of the flowers and you have the solid centers. So you can actually stamp this one right on top of the other. And you don't even have to color it. If you want to, you can just do your outline like in black and then go ahead and color with whatever you have. There's watercolor pencils, blends, aqua painters, lots of different things to explore in the future. But then this is the stamp set that comes with it. Let me see the words. Have a beautiful birthday. It's the little things that matter. This one goes this way. Heartfelt thanks, and then this cute flower. So with Paper Pumpkin, when you get your first Paper Pumpkin kit, you will get the D-size block. And then you just hold on to that for the other kits. But it comes, this one here, this was the March kit. So these, once it's a subscription and it's been done, if you are a Paper Pumpkin subscriber, you can go back and get the refill kit. But this kit is not going to be available again. So it's once a month that you have different kits. And this one was March. But what I thought was really nice is what they're doing now, these kits are coordinating with other products. Excuse me. So this is Memorable Meadows. And I'm going to create a card with that. And then I'm going to create one with just the products. But what this kit coordinates with, this is called Garden Meadow. So what Stampin' Up! Does have, which we'll explore in the future, we have stamp sets with coordinating dies. And then we have a die cutting machine. So when you stamp these images, the majority of them, you have a die that will cut them out. And then you can pop them up and use them on your projects. This is an online exclusive, so you can purchase this now. But it also has beautiful designer paper that goes with it. And again, I like a lot of it because you have a scene on one side where this is going to do all the work. You can make a card with this, put a word on it, and you're done because it's gorgeous. So here we have, this is a Garden Meadow Designer Series paper. Again, not in a catalog. It is for the online exclusives. And the way you know an online exclusive, if you go there and you see the product, you can click on it and purchase it. If it says currently unavailable, that means that they are currently out of stock, but it is coming back. But if you ever see an online exclusive that was there and then it's gone with no trace, then that means it is gone and you can no longer get it. But all of this right here is available. Again, just go to menu and click online exclusives and you'll see all those products. So here's a couple cards I created with the dies and with the Garden Meadow bundle. So I have this here, the die, one of the dies actually just cuts out this window, which I love. That was a selling point for me right then and there. Because you can use this to cut your pictures out. You can use this looking through the window, which I love, just looking through the garden. So this was one of the cards that I created. You open it up, stamp your little basket. But see how the paper does all the work? And then you have these little brass embellishments. They coordinate with that too. They are currently unavailable, but should be back within the next week or two. Here's another card that I did. Y'all know I love my special folds. So with this card, kind of looks the same, but you open up this side, then you open up this side, and you have your card. Very simple. And then I did this one. I was like, well, you know, I want to make it a door, not just the die. So for this, and I do have videos of this on my YouTube, Creating with Colleen Magness. It's Magness channel. You can go there. You can even just put in Creating with Colleen. Everything I do is Creating with Colleen, whether it's my Facebook page, my YouTube channel, my blog, my newsletter, which incidentally, you can request my newsletter at mycreatingwithcolleen.com. And it's all stamping, all positive, all the time. And basically, I put my videos in there also. So it's just a great way to stay in touch. But here, I show you in the video how you don't cut the entire window here. If you cut this entire window, it looks like that, which is beautiful. But on your die cutting machine, if you only put your plates to a certain part, you now have a door. So this I have a video on, and it just tucks right underneath there. Oops, unless your finger's getting away. So that is your door, and then the entire card opens up. So much you could do with stamping. Again, I just wasn't sure where to start, so hopefully it's not overwhelming and that you will love it, but you are all creative beings, I know that. If you are a part of Tina's retreat page, you already know how to get your hands in with some cardstock and designer paper. So we are going to jump in, and we are going to create now. Now this here, again, this is the Paper Pumpkin Kit, the March edition, and you get 9 cards, and it shows you the cards that you have. So I made them exactly like the kit, but 2 of them I want to do different, and those are the ones I'm going to create with you. This one here, absolutely beautiful. You've been on my mind. And in this kit, what you get, which is really cool, you get the sequins, you get the dimensionals, sequins, dimensionals, you get these little glue dots. So your adhesive is included. They also have a printout of the 2 stamp sets. Now remember, this was March's kit. So if you're a Paper Pumpkin subscriber, you can get the refill, but you would not get the ink spot or the stamps. You would get everything else. But you have 2 of the stamp sets, and then they had these really cool, very light, very thin wood embellishments. And they just pop out and go on your card. But once again, you have your coordinating envelopes and then all of your pieces in here. So creating them how the kit had it, you've been on my mind. Have a beautiful day. And then you have this heartfelt thanks. So the 2 that I wanted to do a little bit different are these 2 right here. Because remember, we have free range. We can do anything we want with our kit. And I suggest you do that, because even if you make a mistake, please don't ever, oh my goodness, don't ever be hard on yourself for a mistake. There are no mistakes in stamping. There are only opportunities for embellishments, and that's what you want. So this one I like, and I'm going to put up, and it's not that I don't like these 2. I was just thinking of a different way of doing them. So we'll do this one first. When you get your kit, I like to punch out all my pieces and get everything together that I will need for that card. So I have my label. I'm going to punch out one of these little trees. Comes right out like that. And I need a thin piece of this gorgeous grape right here. And then for the back piece that I need, this one has the sky. So see, everything comes like this. I'm going to take my card base. So this is what I need to create my card. So when you are creating, I'm just going to fold this in half. These are pre-scored, so they fold in half nicely. And then I am going to crease my fold. Now they put it all down here, but I thought, oh my goodness, this is like some of the best part of the paper here. I love it, of this cardstock. So I didn't want to hide all of that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my tree, and these are the glue dots. You just peel them off, put them on here and push them. I don't even think I need 3. Believe it or not, in the directions, when they show you this, they will show you how many to put on here when you do your thing. So I guess they put 3. They're like, okay, you're going to stamp with your spot on the label. You're going to put 3 glue dots there, and you're going to tape it down as shown. They just walk you through it all. But what I want to do, I'll go ahead and put one more. And then once you push them on there, this little paper piece just peels right off. If you got good nails. I keep mine short because I just can't get them pretty. So I have that, and I am going to put my tree down here because I do like the tree being down here, but I want to see everything else. Let me put a little lower. Then for this piece, I want to put this at the top. I'm going to stamp this, and I kind of like this better up there because I just feel like I don't have as much sky. Again, it's your card. You could do whatever you want. So for this, again, I could use their glue dots. But since I'm in the stamp room and I have my own product, I'm going to cheat a little bit. We have what's called Stampin' Seal, and it's a very strong adhesive. And when you use this, you want to put it down and roll. You're going to twist your wrist because that's what keeps the adhesive around that roller. It's kind of gummy, so if you pull up, it's going to come off the roller. If it does, just twist it till you feel it, put it down, and come across. So I think I'm going to put this here. And then for this piece, I'm going to end up stamping that and putting it here. Now we have two types of stamps. We have a photopolymer stamp, which is the clear. Let me see if I have a red rubber stamp here. Nope. So photopolymer is a clear stamp. And when I stamp with that, I like to have something spongy underneath. So we do have Stampin' Up pads, but this is just a piece of fun foam. And the reason you want to do that is because the photopolymer does not actually bend. It's great. And that's the kind of a plastic for the stamp that they use because you can get such more detail with it because it doesn't bend. So I'm just taking one of my blocks that I have, the regular blocks. I could use theirs, but I have mine right here. And I am going to have a beautiful birthday. I know these days with social media, everybody gets so many likes and so many comments when it's their birthday, but I still think that people like getting a birthday card. There's just something great when you can get a birthday card in the mail knowing that someone loves you. So here, I'm just going to take my little stamping spot. I just took like my scissors and cut it right there on the edge because I like to keep my lids on here. You don't have to, but to me it just works out better that way. And I'm just going to tap, tap, tap. Okay. This is a water-based ink. Dries quickly. So here, let me pull this closer because you always try to get it just right. But just remember, in my stamping world, close enough counts. So here I have a beautiful day. And for this one, I'm going to take, these are dimensionals, these pads that are so great. I'll put one there, one there. I'll do an overkill. You probably don't need all these, but since they gave them to me, I will use them. But this is going to give my card a little bit of dimension. You just pull these off, throw them on the floor, sweep later. That's how I know how productive I've been during the day, is when I sweep and I get a nice mound of cardstock and paper pieces. I'm like, ooh, it has been a good day. So here, I'll just lay this in there. And my rule of thumb is you never push it down till it's where you want it. Do I want it there? Yeah, I want it there. And that, to me, is a different version of this. Now, I do have some sequins. So I'm just going to take, this is my Pick-a tool. You have a paper piercer. You have this little flat piece if you ever need to get underneath something. There's a lot of different attachments you can put on here. But this is great for holding your sequins. And we always work in groups of 3. So we've got larger ones, smaller ones. I think I could put one there. I think I'll put one down here. And where do I want to put this one? Maybe here. And this is just another way of creating the same card with what you have in your kit. So I don't have many watching now, but if you watch the replay, do me a favor and put a comment whether you like the left one or the right one. Which one do you prefer? Because again, I really don't think there's any wrong way of stamping. So this is the one card made with the paper pumpkin kit. Now this card, again, our designer papers are absolutely beautiful. The majority, unless it's a specialty paper, even our foil paper, specialty papers, are double-sided. But this card here is gorgeous. And again, that goes with the Meadows designer paper that you can purchase online. But with this, I could not waste the back. Look at this. I mean, that's gorgeous. That to me could go across a scrapbook page. You can cut it in the middle, use it as a banner. But I just know I can get 2 cards out of this. And as pretty as it is, I don't want to make my back that way. So I am going to show you how instead of 3 cards of this, I'm going to get 6 cards. And you could do this for every single one in this kit, because a lot of the kits, it's the same on each side, which is beautiful. But I like to get the most bang for my buck. But look at that. Isn't that gorgeous? You can just open it up and use that as your scenery. So for here, I am going to show you how to create a simple card. What you're going to need, we do sell 12 by 12 cardstock. A lot of our designer paper is 12 by 12. Some of the designer paper is 6 by 6. But when you create a card, 8.5 by 11 is what we sell a lot of. And it's really great because when you cut a card, you're going to get 2 cards from every sheet of 8.5 by 11. So this here, I'm just going to take a piece of 8.5 by 11. I'm going to get my paper cutter. You have to have a paper cutter, which I know you all have. This is a Stampin' Up paper cutter. And I like it for a couple of reasons. It has a side arm that you pull out. And now you have a 17 inches, actually. Goes all the way across. You have a scoring blade, which is your light one. And then you have a cutting blade, because it's nice to score your cardstock when you're folding it. And one of the things that I did, because my eyes are over 40, is you have your measurements here and you have your measurements here. But what I did is I put a piece, we have what's called tearing tape. It's really strong. It's like a white tape you put down on the sticky side, and then I could pull the white piece off, but I chose to leave the white piece on there because then I'm not looking through a clear ruler. I can actually see my numbers a whole lot better. We call those coping skills. They really work well. But what I'm going to do is, no matter how you cut your cardstock, this is 11, so I can cut it at 5.5. Push that away. That will create 2 cards. Or this is 8.5, so if I cut it at 4.25, I'm going to get 2 cards, and they will be the exact same size of card. So when you are cutting, make sure your paper is flush at the top. Take your edge over to where the 4.25 is over here, and then you cut. So then you can go ahead and score. So when you score this is now 11. I'm going to score it at 5.5. So I make sure I'm at the top. Make sure you have the scoring blade. If not, you have 2 separate pieces of paper. I will score that. And that's going to give me a card. Or I can take the other one. This is 8.5, so I'm going to score it at 4.25. Score it. And now you have this card here. So what I still like to do, even though it's scored, I do like to make sure my edges are nice and even. And then I take my bone folder and I crease it. So I have a card that can open like this. Or if I turn it this way, opens like that. Or if I come over here, make sure I'm even. I now have a card that will open this way. Or it will open this way. But the cool thing is, they're both the same size. So you can pick whatever you want. Now, when you are making a card, typically, when you're doing your layering, you want to bring everything in 1/4 inch. So, let me get my color again. So this piece here, when it's folded in half, it's 5.5 by 4.25. So now my next layer is going to be 5.25 by 4, just 1/4 inch in, a little bit more. And that's where I'm going to take that beautiful, gorgeous grape. So remember, was it 5.5? We're just going to back it down 1/4. So now I'm cutting a piece that is 5 1/4. It's 4 1/4, so I'm going back 1/4 inch, so now it's 4. 5 1/4 by 4. And that is going to layer right on here. Same thing. We're going to go in 1/4 inch each side. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to take that gorgeous piece of paper pumpkin, this card here, and this is how I will get 2 cards out of it, because I'm going to use this side for a card and this side for a card. So we were 5 1/2 across. We were 5 1/4 across. Now we're going to go 5 across. So what I'll do is I am going to go 5. So here I have my 5 inches. I have this piece for another card. And since this was already 4 inches, it fits perfect, just like that. So now we'll just put these together. When I create, I do have all kinds of glues. I have this, and I'm sure you do too. The Stampin' Seal, we have dimensionals, we have glue dots. I also have the Tombow liquid glue, which I like a lot because I can slide it. It's very strong. You're not going to get it off, but it is very strong. Let me get my piece here. I think that's what I did wrong. Let me see. So this should be 4 inches. I did not cut that right. You're going to find that I'll teach you what to do or what not to do. But I promise to teach you something. So here, I picked up the wrong piece. That's what happened. This was the other piece. So 5 1/2, 4 1/4, 5 1/4, 4. And then this would be 5 inches by 3 3/4. So now you have a dilemma. Do you cut your top or your bottom? But I think I'm going to cut it from the bottom. So that is 3 3/4. And you can always save this piece. You always use it for something. So that's how they're all going to get layered. So when I put this on here, I'm going to take my gorgeous grape. And you're just going to center it all the way around. Nicely put down. Then I will take my card from the paper pumpkin kit. Turn it right side. Put this on here. And look how pretty that card is. This card was inspired by Deb Johnson, real sweet gal that I stamped with. She had sent me a card using this from the paper pumpkin. So I definitely want to give her credit and thank her for sharing it because I absolutely love it. Now here what I'm going to do is I need my sentiment. So I just cut a strip of, this is 1/2 inch by however long, basic white. And our basic white and very vanilla paper to stamp on is great. It's really, really smooth. So I'm just going to put it on here. And I don't have to put it straight on a block because it's photopolymer. I could see through it. So when you're stamping, look at your words. Don't look at your block. So I will open this up. Give my little taps across. Right here, I'll say you've been on my mind. Oh, I didn't get all the way across. Hold on. That's the nice thing about a photopolymer is you can see the ink on here. And I missed the end there. Okay. You've been on my mind. So many people I can send this to. And then I'm just going to take my paper snips. Y'all know you have to have a nice sharp pair of paper snips. And I'm just going to cut off here a little extra. I'm going to cut this side into a banner. If you remember the card we took it from, see how it had the banner? So when I cut a banner, I kind of snip this a little closer. And then I find it's easier if you cut up the center. And then if you cut from the corner to the center. and then this corner to the center. And you do that so that hopefully you're not like, you know, otherwise you're like going this way, this way, this way, this way. And then before you know it, you have a nub. We don't want any nubs. So I will, let me see what else I want to do. I want to incorporate, really liked that long piece, this piece here. This is actually, it looks like vellum, like a colored, it is. It's a colored cardstock vellum. How pretty is that? So I got to see, I'm going to get this a little bit closer because what I'm thinking is that I want to, let me see if I could do that. See how close I can get it. I wanted to put it on here. That's going to be tight. We're going to try it. Nothing ventured, nothing gained, my mother always taught me. So I'm going to cut this down a little bit more. I'm going to go in a little closer because that's only for, you know, so long. I'll come there. Again, I'm just going corners to center. So I have that piece because now what I'm thinking is if I put it on here, see how I have room there, but I have room to layer it and cut that also. So this was a 1/2 inch. Let's cut this. Go out on a limb here. When I go under 1 inch, I like to cut from the side. So that was my 1/2 inch. I'm gonna go, I think 1/4 inch might be too big. Let me go about 1/8 of an inch. See how that'll look. Why not? All right, let me get my bearing straight here. 1/2 inch, 1/8 right there. Okay. I'll put this down, make sure I'm straight. Making this harder than it has to be, of course. It's not going to want to cut. All right, open up. See, y'all, I'll teach you what to do. I'll teach you what not to do. And you are going to be very comfortable stamping with me, I promise you. Because things happen. There. Woo! A little nerve-wracking there. Okay, so I have my piece. I'm going to take this, and what I want to do, because what I'm trying to do here is layer this. So I want to get it to where it's going to be flush on the end, and I can still cut a banner up here. So I'll put a little bit of my tape. Put this here. I'm just going to center it in the middle, like that. And then what I'll do, where my vellum ends, I'll make that on the end like that, and I will cut the vellum. So whenever you layer a banner on another piece, you definitely want to have your banner ready, and then you can snip these in. There. That's what we have. So now when I go back to my card, I want that to pop up, give it a little bit of that dimension. So I have, these are the regular size dimensionals. Well, let me just use those because they're in the kit. It only makes sense. We have mini ones also that are good, but if you don't have the mini ones and you need a small one, you can always just cut it in half. So then I'll just take this, and you put it off to the side here. And see, that's the hardest part. You're like, oh my goodness, where am I gonna, you don't want to cover up any of this paper. It's really just that pretty, but you have to. See, here I have, you've been on my mind. Then I can go back and find my sequins, take my Pick-a tool, and just put my little bit of bling on here. I think I'll put one there. But I will show you in other videos, you can actually color sequins. We have Stampin' Blends. So you can take sequins and make them any color that you want. Again, the die cutting machine, I was just trying to start out with a kit. Because if you've never made a card before, then having the kit is definitely something that you want to have. Again, just remember that when you send cards, it really does really brighten someone's day. Boy, am I crooked. I'll see if that helps. A little bit. I still love getting hand-stamped cards in the mail. I don't care if it's even written on a piece of notebook paper. That's fine with me because it just lets you know that someone was thinking of you. So these, again, this is from Paper Pumpkin Kit. That is a subscription. I can answer any questions you have, but if you do go to my creatingwith.colleen.com and hit shop now and then select online exclusives, you're going to see all the kits, all the online exclusives, and all the things that we feature that technically are not in the catalog. So if you would, you can go to creatingwithcolleen.com. You can purchase your products there. You can sign up for my newsletter. I have my Creating with Colleen YouTube channel. Be sure to check again under video and live because I have content under both. And if you would be so kind, if you could like, subscribe, and share my channel, I would greatly appreciate it. I have always been an in-person demonstrator. The first 20 years of my career, 19 years, oh my goodness, we do, stamp camps, card classes. I have stamp clubs. Just love, love, love being with people. That's truly the best part of what I do. And then when COVID came, everybody had to pivot. And that's when, I always had the Facebook page, Creating with Colleen Facebook page, but that's when I had to start pivoting and doing my YouTube lives, Zoom events, all those kind of things. So I just appreciate you helping me get on that journey. A part of the way there, God has been good and he's blessed even my mistakes. How awesome is that? But technology, I used to say was not my friend, but now we don't have a choice, so it's becoming my friend. So anyways, and I love it because I can stamp with all of you, even if you are not in the stamp room. So Tina, thank you so much. I will be coming live to you again, and hopefully you will join me and leave comments so I can answer questions. But even if not, go ahead and leave your comments and I'll be sure to check back. So I hope you all have a blessed day. I hope you do something creative. And thank you for giving me this opportunity to share. Take care now. Bye-bye.